Have you ever seen a middle-aged man do the happy dance after receiving one of his favorite RC airplanes he never had on his birthday? Well, although it is a bit embarrassing for me, I'm going to share it with you anyway. Here goes nothing.
Let loose with it. There you go.
Now I admit that was a little embarrassing, but I was happy to have received one of my favorite planes as a present from my wife and my sons, and also my birthday card was musical. So I got in the mood. Anyway, what is so special about this airplane? Well, this is about 12 years old and it's new in box. So it's a new old stock NOS. When I was getting into electric radio control airplanes, this was one of the models that I wanted to get but never did. And then later I regretted that I don't have one, because whenever I see it I was like, oh, I should have gotten that airplane. So finally I got, and I'm going to share the unboxing with you. And as I mentioned, this is new and probably comes with a really old radio and battery. So we'll see if I'm going to probably not use the battery. I may end up using the 72 megahertz or FM radio that came with it just for nostalgic purposes. As long as it is safe, it's not going to interfere with other stuff. Here it is in person, FlyZone Beechcraft Staggerwing. It is a 3-channel airplane, and this is the RTF package which comes with everything, including the nickel metal hydride battery and a charger. And it also comes with the Tactic, the old Tactic 3-channel radio, the transmitter. If you don't know, the FlyZone used to be one of Hobbico's brands. I think Hobbico had around 150 different brands. And back in January 10th, 2018, Hobbico announced bankruptcy. And a couple months later, Horizon Hobby just bought out Hobbico. So Hobbico doesn't exist anymore, but some of its brands are already under Horizon Hobby. Let's open the box and see what is inside. So as I told you, it is brand new, new in box. I'm almost hesitant unboxing it because it is so pristine. This is basically buying a brand new airplane using a time machine going back 12 years ago. And probably as soon as I open the box and start taking pieces out, this is going to lose its value. But I'm not here for the value. I just want to fly this airplane, get it airborne. Someone may have taken a peek, but I think these blue tapes are not the original ones, but put later. The seller may have done that. Maybe just inspected inside if everything is inside or not, and just made sure that actually everything is included before posting it on eBay. I had a Giftster account where I put my favorite stuff for getting birthday, and both my wife and kids and my sister, I think they went there because I'm expecting another very interesting, great gift that I'll be receiving from my sister probably. That's a surprise. I'll reveal it in one of the later videos. So here we have the landing gear. This is the little one, is the tail gear, and it's the main gear. And then we have the wing struts that run between the upper and lower wings. There's also the extra propeller here and some hardware items like little screws. And I'm assuming that these little plastic retainers are for the wings, to install the wings. And there's also a Phillips screwdriver. Let's continue quickly. And here is the battery charger and the little battery. All right, the end plug is one of the older ones, that white plug. I don't even know the name. This is 7.2 volt, 900 milliamp hour nickel metal hydride battery. I have one, the 2S LiPo, that's 1000 milliamp hours, and it will be 7.4 volts with a JST end plug. So I maybe just splice it, or maybe even buy one of those adapters for it. As long as that battery is going to fit into the battery bay. And here is the Tactic FM transmitter. It is channel 36. So I believe there were around like 50 channels on the FM frequency. And here is the antenna. Just screws in. And when you're flying, if you are too young to remember these FM radios, you have to screw this in, and then when you're flying, for the range you have to extend it fully. And people used to put like a little piece of ribbon on top to serve as a windsock to see where the wind is blowing from. So you have to be careful to put it back in, because I have in the past broken by pushing from the end. I have broken a couple of these, so you have to start just putting it down from the bottom like this instead of trying to push it from the top, if you ever use one. Alright, here we have the horizontal stabilizer with the elevator and the vertical stabilizer with the rudder. And the control horn clevises have already been installed in both cases. So I think it's going to be a quick assembly. And now it's time to take out the fuselage. Again, has been taped with the blue tape again, in addition to this older tape. I think the seller just inspected it before shipping it out, because this really looks brand new. It really looks brand new. Yeah, it is brand new. I mean, look, it's flawless. And here is the battery bay. I may have to buy a new battery. I'm not going to use it with this old nickel metal hydride battery. And of course it doesn't have a brushless motor. It's a brush motor inside with, you can see the gearbox. So it's reduced. But it looks very high quality, especially this prop adapter. It looks very nice and shiny. It has aged well, or were stored in good conditions. And do you see, folks, in the past airplanes used to have this little on-off switch, just in case you need to turn it off quickly to cut off the battery power. I think it's a great safety measure to have something like this on the outside, instead of like fiddling and then trying to take the battery out. Just disconnect quickly. Again, that adapter, I may just end up just cutting this off and then just splice a mini JST adapter end for this one. And here is the 3-channel receiver, and where is the ESC? Is that combination? Yeah, it looks like it's the combo. So I may end up using this instead of just installing a brushed ESC plus a receiver, because this looks like it's a combination receiver / ESC, electronic speed control. Because I don't see a separate ESC, so the wire to the motor is here, and it goes directly from this Tactic unit to the motor. So yeah, I'm going to fly it with in the FM frequency. Hopefully there won't be any interference. And finally, here are the wings. Again, brand new packaged, never been opened. It's everything sealed. Nice little airplane, nice size. I believe the wingspan is 31 inches. And the instructions are here. Everything is coming so smoothly. They use high quality packaging tape. It is sticky, but not so sticky that it damages the plastic or whatever it's on it. So here is the manual, and it says 8 AA alkaline batteries are required. So that's for the transmitter. A lot of batteries. All right. So let's clean up this area a little bit, and then let's start the assembly together. I decided to test the battery, although I didn't have much hope after 12 years of sitting in a box. I wanted to use it maybe as testing purposes, but in any case, this is supposed to be 7.2 volts. I connected it to my multimeter. It started around 0.6 volts, and just the drainage to the multimeter is just pulling it down further. So I'm just going to give up on that and then look into using one of these LiPo batteries, 2-cell LiPo batteries. I have a busted motor, and I'm just going to cut this part and then put it in good use, because this is the female part of the JST, micro JST connector, so I can use it with these batteries. Before I start the assembly, I'm first going to take care of the battery connection. I didn't like the soldering job as well as the shrink tubing that I put on, so as a good measure I put a lot of electrical tape to make this part stiffer, because these wires coming from the JST connector are much thinner compared to these. So I'm hoping they won't break, but it looks fine now, although ugly. So far so good. I installed the lower wing, and before putting the upper wing on, I just wanted to check that everything is working. So I put batteries in the transmitter, and I connect the battery to the receiver as well, the ESC, and it's going to be turning it on. Wish me luck. Okay, I saw movement. That's a good thing. So the rudder moved once and then it stopped moving, and it is chattering right now. I'm not sure if it's stuck or not. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's just whining, but nothing is going. This is stripped gear. If that's the case, then I have to replace this servo if I put the wing on. It's stuck. It's completely stuck. So elevator is working fine. The rudder servo is stuck again and it's chattering. So I think I have the same size servo, brand new one. I'm going to replace it. I recently placed an order of micro and mini servo, cell meter and all that. I'm glad I did because I have one of the sizes that I need. This is a micro servo. I think it's taking 9 grams and it's the same size as this one. It looks so that's great. I can just put it in without any issues. So the orange one is the new one and the holes match. So I'll get this one in. I replaced the faulty servo with a new one. The orange one is the new. And it is working fine now. No chattering, no nothing. It's running pretty good. I just have to adjust the trim of the elevator, but the rudder is already adjusted. And let's test the motor again. So to arm it all the way up, all the way down. And it is working. After a couple minor issues, the Staggerwing is ready to fly except the battery and the center of gravity or CG. So what I'm going to do now is look for a battery that's a higher capacity but 7.4 volts LiPo, so 2S, but about the same weight as the nickel metal hydride that came with it, that I can still fit inside the battery compartment with little modifications. So once I have that, it will be ready. If not, what I'm planning to do is use this battery, although it's much lighter than the original one. It's a 950 milliamp hour 2S battery, and this wouldn't take too much of effort to fit into that large battery compartment. I may have to cut a little bit of foam, but it will go snugly inside. But then I will end up probably adding another 90 grams of weight or 80 grams of weight to the front in order to get the CG correctly. So in either case, I'm planning to fly it this coming weekend. Hopefully the weather will be calm and see you out on the field or park. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Maiden Flight. Take care, stay safe and healthy.